currently we are learning about the history of our country, India, right? So, what is the title of our lesson? It is about introducing the past, right? So, in this lesson, introducing the past, we are going to learn about the history of our country, India, right? Very good. So, in the first class, in this lesson, we have learned what is timeline, how to draw a timeline, and also about the meaning of history and also the various sources of history, right? Yes. So, now let us have a quick recap on those things with the help of a small video, okay?
Timelines and meaning of history. How would you represent events that took place in the past? Meena began to wonder when her teacher asked her this question. There is a very simple way to do this. Events which happened in the past can be shown with the help of a timeline. A timeline is a line used to represent time. It shows the events that have happened in the past in a chronological order. Look at the timeline. In this timeline, the past date and events are written on the left side. The more recent events, or the ones which will take place in future, are written towards the right. In this way, a timeline helps us understand when a particular event took place. We use a calendar to date events. We also use a calendar to identify dates, weeks, months, and years. The calendar which we use today is called the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar began from year 1, when Jesus Christ was born. The years after the birth of Christ are represented as Common Era or CE. These events are written in ascending order. The period before the birth of Christ is represented as Before Common Era or BCE. We date the events which took place before the birth of Christ by counting backwards from year 1. The events which took place during BCE are written on the left side of the timeline in descending order. What is history? The events which took place in the past and the people who lived a very long time ago are a part of history. History is the study of past events. It provides us with details about the important events which took place in the past. We can learn about the past with the help of various sources of history. These sources can be in the form of objects such as coins, utensils, tools, and jewelry which were used by people in the past. We can also find information about our past from old books and manuscripts. Furniture, clothes, monuments, and paintings also give us information about the past. Let us recall what we just learned. A timeline is a line used to represent time. The calendar which we use today is called the Gregorian calendar. The events that took place after the birth of Jesus Christ are represented by Common Era or CE. The events that happened before the birth of Jesus Christ are represented by Before Common Era or BCE. Historians gather information about the past by studying various sources of history.
Yes, children, after watching the video, I hope that now you can recall what is a timeline and what is history, right? Very good. And in our last class, we have started to learn about the history of India, right? Yes, Amy, what are the 3 divisions of the history of India? Our India has a very big and glorious past, right? So, we have 3 periods in our history of India. What are the 3 different periods? They are ancient period, medieval period, and modern period, right? So, we have 3 periods in the big history of India. What are they? ancient period, medieval period and modern period. So among that, in our last class we have learnt about the ancient period, right? Do you remember that? Yes. Now we can recall all the things what we have learnt about this ancient period, okay? So first we have seen its time period, right? So it starts from prehistory to 700 Common Era. So this ancient period starts from prehistory and ends till 700 Common Era. So what do you mean by prehistory? The time when this historical events have not returned down. So it is very earlier, okay, very past till this 700 Common Era, okay. And then we have learned about this Indo-Aryans, right? Who are Indo-Aryans? So around 1500 before Common Era, people from Central Asia came to India and started to settle down in India, okay. So those persons are known as Indo-Aryans, okay. And then we have learned about this Vedic age. What do you mean by this Vedic age? So around 1500 before Common Era, so many Vedas were written, okay. So that is known as Vedic age. So Vedic age is a period when this Vedas were written. So this also we have learned in this ancient period. And then we have seen some of the important kingdoms in this ancient period, right? So at first we have learned about Magadha dynasty. So around 321 before Common Era, a powerful dynasty in the northern part of India is this Magadha dynasty, okay. And then Chandragupta Maurya, okay. Chandragupta Maurya became the king of this Magadha dynasty and he founded and he renamed this Magadha dynasty as Mauryan dynasty, okay. So who formed this Mauryan dynasty? Chandragupta Maurya, okay. And then next to Chandragupta Maurya's grandson Ashoka became the ruler of this Mauryan dynasty. And he is one of the most powerful ruler, okay. So he have done so many wars and he have captured so many places, okay. And at last in one war called Kalinga War, Ashoka saw the bloodshed of so many peoples, okay. So he saw so many soldiers who were dead and who were injured, okay. So seeing those bloodshed of so many people, Ashoka's mind gets changed, okay. So after that he decided not to conduct any wars and he started to follow Buddhism, okay. So Kalinga War is one of the important war that caused a change of mind in Ashoka, okay. So that is about this Mauryan dynasty. And next to Mauryan dynasty, one of the powerful dynasty was Gupta dynasty, okay. So Gupta dynasty is from 320 Common Era to 550 Common Era, okay. And this period is known as the golden age of ancient India, okay. The period of this Gupta were known as the golden age of ancient India because at this time only Indian subcontinent flourished in various parts like art, maths, grammar, everything, okay. So that's why this period is known as the golden age of ancient India, okay. So these are the things we have learned in this ancient period of India, right. So in today's class, let us discuss about the medieval period of India, okay. So today we are going to learn how was the medieval period in India. Shall we start? Yes children, now all of us know about the ancient period, right? Now we are going to learn about the medieval period, okay. Now we are going to learn some of the important events that occurred in the history of India during this medieval period, okay. So first let us learn the time period. What is the time gap of this medieval period, okay. See, this medieval period started from 700 Common Era and it ended till 1750 Common Era, okay. It started from 700 Common Era and last till 1750 Common Era, okay. Now say me, what is the time period of the ancient period? It is from prehistory till 700 Common Era, right? So this medieval period is from 700 Common Era to 1750 Common Era, okay. And see what happened during this time period? The rulers from Central Asia became more powerful, okay. Not our Indian rulers, but the rulers who came from Central Asia became more powerful during this medieval period. Okay, that means the religion of Muslims spread during this medieval period. Okay, so see the rulers like Muhammad of Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori was very powerful during this time. Okay, these are the rulers who came from Central Asia. Okay, who are the powerful rulers? See Muhammad of Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori. Okay, and what is their main aim? Why they came from Central Asia to our country? See, to loot the wealth of Indian kingdoms. Okay, that means to steal the wealth of our Indian kingdoms. Okay, so these rulers came from Central Asia to India to loot the wealth of Indian kingdoms. Okay, and see the period from 1206 Common Era to 1526 Common Era belongs to this Delhi Sultanate. Okay, so Delhi Sultanate ruled over India during the period from 1206 Common Era to 1526 Common Era. Okay, and during this Delhi Sultanate period we have slave dynasty. Okay, so during this Delhi Sultanate period we had slave dynasty. It is formed by Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, it is formed. Slave dynasty is formed by Qutbuddin Aibak in 1206 Common Era. Okay, and some of the important rulers in this slave dynasty were Iltutmish, Balban, and Razia Sultan. Okay, so some of the important rulers in this Delhi Sultanate were Iltutmish, Balban, and Razia Sultan. Okay, so in the beginning of the medieval period, what is happening? Before in ancient period, only Indian rulers were ruling our country. So when in the beginning of this medieval period, rulers from Central Asia started to rule our country. Okay, so in the beginning, the important rulers from Central Asia were Muhammad of Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori. Okay, and then what happened? The Delhi Sultanate began to rose. Okay, so during this Delhi Sultanate period, we had a dynasty called Slave Dynasty formed by Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, so say me who is the founder of Slave Dynasty? Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay, he formed the Slave Dynasty in 1206 Common Era. Okay, and some of the powerful rulers in this Delhi Sultanate period were Iltutmish, Balban, and Razia Sultan. Okay, Iltutmish, Balban, and Razia Sultan belong to this Delhi Sultanate. Okay, and after this Mughal Empire. Okay, and next to Delhi Sultanate, Mughal Empire started to rise. Okay, and it was from 1526 Common Era. So next to Delhi Sultanate, we had the rule of Mughal Empire from 1526 Common Era. And who founded this Mughal Empire? It is founded by Babur. Okay, so Babur founded this Mughal Empire. Okay, and next to Babur, Akbar became the ruler of this Mughal Empire. So Babur founded this Mughal Empire, and next to Babur, who became the ruler of Mughal Empire? Akbar. Okay, Akbar became the ruler of this Mughal Empire, and he is considered as the great ruler of this Mughal Empire. Okay, so who is the great emperor of Mughal Empire? It is Akbar. Okay, and next to Akbar, his son Jahangir ruled this Mughal Empire, and next to Jahangir, his son Shah Jahan came to the throne, and at last Aurangzeb came to the throne. Okay, and Aurangzeb is the last powerful ruler of this Mughal Empire. Okay, so first Babur founded this Mughal Empire, then next to Babur, Akbar came to the throne, and Akbar is considered as the powerful ruler of this Mughal Empire. And next to Akbar, his son Jahangir came to rule, and next to Jahangir, his son Shah Jahan, and next to Shah Jahan, his son Aurangzeb ruled this Mughal Empire, and this Aurangzeb is considered as the last powerful emperor of this Mughal Empire. Okay, and next to Aurangzeb, Mughal Empire started to decline. Okay, so next to Mughals, thus Marathas, Rajputs, and Sikhs became powerful. Okay, after this Mughal Empire, who became the powerful rulers? Marathas, Rajputs, and Sikhs. Okay, and these are the things that happened in the northern part of India. Okay, and at the same time in the southern part of India, who was ruling? Chola kings were ruling. Okay, so during this this medieval period. These are the things that were happening in the northern part of India, and the southern part of India, Chola kings were ruling. Okay, and among them, King Rajaraja I and Rajendra Chola I were most powerful. Okay, because they give more importance to art and architecture. Okay, so see, King Rajaraja I and his son Rajendra Chola I were more powerful. And see, this Brihadeeswara temple. Where is this Brihadeeswara temple? It is in Tamil Nadu, right? In Tanjore. And this is one of the most important construction of this Cholas. Okay. So this Cholas gave more importance to art and architecture. Okay. So the important rulers of this Cholas were King Rajaraja I and Rajendra Chola I. Okay. So these are the things about medieval period. Understood? Shall we recall once again? Yes, tell me what is the time period of this medieval period? It started from 700 Common Era until 1750 Common Era, right? And during this period, the rulers from Central Asia came to India and they became more powerful. So the powerful rulers who came from Central Asia were Muhammad of Ghazni and Muhammad Ghori, and their main intention was to loot the wealth of Indian kingdoms. Okay, and next from 1206 Common Era to 1526 Common Era, Delhi Sultanate became more powerful, and in this time the slave dynasty founded by Qutbuddin Aibak was one of the powerful dynasty under this Delhi Sultanate. Okay, and some of the powerful rulers in this Delhi Sultanate were Iltutmish, Balban and Razia Sultan. Okay, and next to this Delhi Sultanate, Mughal Empire became more powerful, and the Mughal Empire was from 1526 Common Era, and this Mughal Empire was formed by Babur. Okay, and next to Babur, who came to rule? Akbar, and Akbar is the greatest ruler of this Mughal Empire. And next to Akbar, his son Jahangir, and next to Jahangir, his son Shah Jahan, and next to Shah Jahan, his son Aurangzeb became the rulers of this Mughal Empire. Okay, and this Aurangzeb is considered as the last powerful ruler of this Mughal Empire. And next to Aurangzeb, this Mughal Empire started to decline. Okay, and after the decline of this Mughal Empire, Marathas, Rajputs and Sikhs became more powerful. Okay, and at the same time, in the southern part of India, Chola kings were ruling. Okay, and the powerful rulers of this Chola kingdom was King Rajaraja I and Rajendra Chola I, and they showed a more concentration on art and architecture. Okay, so one of their best architecture was Brihadeeswara temple, that is at Tanjore. Okay, understood children? What are the important happenings of this medieval period? I hope you understood. Okay, so that's all for our today's class. Understood? Now to recall, shall I ask you some questions? Yes, now say me, what is the time period of this medieval period? So medieval period started from 700 Common Era and last till 1750 Common Era. Very good. So time period is from 700 Common Era to 1750 Common Era. Right. Very good. Yes. Now say me, who formed slave dynasty? Slave dynasty was founded by Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay. Now who founded this Mughal Empire? It was founded by Babur. Very good. Now who is the greatest ruler of Mughal Empire? Akbar. Who is the last powerful ruler of Mughal Empire? Yes, very good. It is Aurangzeb. Okay. Yes, now say me the name of two powerful rulers in the Chola kingdom. King Rajaraja I and Rajendra Chola I. Very good. Now I hope that you got a clear understanding about the history of India during this medieval period, right? If you have any doubts, feel free to contact me. Okay. In the next class, we can discuss about the modern period of India. Okay. Meet you in the next class. Thank you.